Good morning, AC Grade. How are you today? Today, inshallah, we will start to make a revision about the present perfect tense. Before we start, we have to revise together the parts of verbs. As you know, we have two types of verbs. We have regular verbs and irregular verbs. For regular verbs, we have to add ed for the past form and the past participle of the verb. Okay, and we have in each type, in regular and irregular verbs, we have three parts: the past form or the infinitive form, which is verb 1, the past form, verb 2, and the past participle, which is verb 3. For example, here we have walk. The past form of walk, walked, and the past participle of walk, walked also, because we add ed in the past form and in the past participle. Play, played, played. Invite, invited, invited. Okay. Now, for the irregular verbs, okay, here we cannot add ed for the verbs. The verbs have or take different forms. For example, here we have run, ran, and run. Till, told, told. Put, and put. So the verbs took different forms. And you have to put in your mind also that the helping verbs or the auxiliary verbs also have different forms in the past form and the past participle. For example, verb to be, we have am, is, and are. And the past form of them is was and are were. And the past participle of was and were is been. Verb to do, also do and does, the past form of them did, and the past participle of did, done. Also have and has, the past form is had and the past participle is had. Okay. Now, when do we use the present perfect tense? متى أستخدم the present perfect? We use present perfect for actions which happened in the past, but we don't mention exactly when happened. Okay, so we use them to talk about previous actions, action happened in the past, أحداث حدثت في الماضي, but we don't mention, لكن إحنا ما بنذكر بالضبط متى حدثت. We don't mention exactly when. Okay, but you have to put in your mind إنه هذا الحدث تمام, it has this action, it should has an effect or result in the present. اوكي, هو حدث بالماضي لكن نتيجته او اثره موجوده وين؟ في الحاضر. اوكي, so بنستخدم ال present perfect. شيء صار في الماضي لكن اثره موجود في الحاضر. لكن اللي بيميزه انه انا ما بحدد الزمن اللي حدث فيه بالضبط. For example, listen to this example. The road is closed. There has been an accident. Look, the road is closed. الطريق مغلق. There has been an accident. طب الحادث صار وانتهى. تمام؟ لكن إيش الحدث أو إيش الأثر؟ إنه الطريق ماله is still closed. So الجملة بتشير لشيء صار في الماضي لكن هذا الإشي انتهى. أثره موجود الآن. Okay. Also, Tom has just lost his key. طيب, هو ضيع مفتاحه. اوكي, بس الاثر ما زال موجود انه هو لسه ما وجده. So the action happened and the result لسه النتيجة موجودة في الحاضر. Okay. Okay. Now, this is the first usage. The second usage of a present perfect for actions which started in the past and continued up to the present. أشياء صارت في الماضي لكنها ما زالت مستمرة للآن. Okay? For example, we have had this car since September. هلا الشيء حدث وهو لساته مستمر، يعني لساته مكمل معنا ما خلص. So we have had this car since September and they have painted the whole house. إن هم الحدث اللي صار إن هم have painted the house والحدث لساته مكمل ومستمر معانا. Okay, now we use the present perfect tense for recently completed actions. Also, I can use present perfect علشان أحكي على الأحداث اللي انتهت مؤخرا، يعني ما إلها زمان مخلصة. Okay? For example, she has just done the homework. هذا الحدث انتهى لكنه ما له زمان انتهى، بس بدون ما أحدد متى. تمام؟ So I use this keyword which mean للتو. Okay? Which refer to the recently or the actions which finished or completed recently. Okay, for another example here, they have already eaten out. Also already a keyword which refer to the actions which completed recently or recently completed. Okay. Here we have some examples about the present perfect. I finished my homework an hour ago. I have just finished my homework. Look at these two or at these examples. Okay, the first one, look and listen. I finished my homework an hour ago. Here we have a specific time. بهاي الجملة حدد لي بالضبط متى أنهى الواجب، متى حل الواجب تبعه أو متى أنهى واجباته. So he finished his homework or she finished her homework an hour ago. But here I have just finished my homework. ما حدد متى بالضبط كمل. Okay? I have just finished my homework. Okay. Second example, another example. He went to the club yesterday. Here we have a specific time. But here, he has already been to the club. Okay, so the third example here, mother made a cake last Friday. When the mother made a cake last Friday. But here, mother hasn't made a cake yet. Hasn't made a cake yet. So you have to understand and be careful when you use the present perfect tense. Okay? There is no specific time in present perfect. تمام. Okay. Now, how do we form the present perfect tense? كيف أنا ممكن أعمل شكل الجملة المنفية والمثبتة والسؤال by use or present perfect tense. كيف أعمل جملتي باستخدام المضارع التام. Okay. The first form of sentences which is the positive sentences or we can call it the affirmative sentence. الجملة المثبتة. Okay. And affirmative sentence we have to use subject أكيد يعني it's not different from the sentence form in general. Subject, verb, and object, complement. Okay, but here we have subject and the helping verb, الفعل المساعد or the auxiliary verb, which is have and has. Have and has. Okay, which is from the verb to have. And the past participle form, which is the verb 3. التصريف الثالث من الفعل. Okay, here we have some examples. Nuha has seen her uncle for a month. Okay? Okay, here we have Nuha. Nuha, singular noun. So she has to have, she has, to have has. تاخذ عندي هنا has. And the here seen, which is the past participle of see. See, saw, seen. So Noah has seen her uncle for a month. Okay, here we have I تاخذ عندي have. I have lived in New York 14 years ago. 10 years, sorry. Look, everywhere is white. It has snowed. إذا بدنا نيجي نشرح أو نفهم معنى الجملة، تمام، تعطيني جملة إنه هذا الحدث صار في الماضي لكن أثره موجود. Okay, for example, in the last example here, look, انظر. Okay, everywhere is white. كل مكان أبيض. So الحدث انتهى. إذا الحدث انتهى. بس الأثر موجود إنه snow معبي المكان، إنه كل المكان أبيض. So it has snowed. إنها ثلجت. طيب. I have lived in New York for 10 years. الحدث إيش ماله؟ حدث صار في الماضي لكنه موجود. الأثر موجود. Now let's move to the negative sentence or the negative form. The same form, but the difference here we have to add not after have and has. Okay, for example, I haven't eaten my dinner yet. You have to put in your mind and take into consideration that in the negative sentence you have to use yet at the end of the sentence. Okay, I haven't eaten my dinner yet. تعطيني معنى إنه الشيء لم يحدث بعد. أوكي. لكن إذا الشيء صار وخلص I don't have to use yet. لكن إذا الشيء صار ما صار لساته أو لم يحدث بعد you have to use yet. أوكي. He hasn't finished his work. هو ما كمل شغله. أوكي. Yasser hasn't slept early. We have never been to China. Okay, here in this example, we make a negative sentence, but without using not, because the keyword here never mean the negative or give me the negative meaning without using not. Okay, you have يعني to be careful while use and choose the keywords. Okay. Now in the question form or in the interrogative sentences, here we have to switch the subject and the subject with the auxiliary verbs. We have to make a switch. We have to put has or have at the beginning of the sentence, then subject plus past participle or the verb in the past participle form. For example, have you ever seen this movie? In a question, you have in yes or no question, you have to put the keyword ever between the subject and between the main verb of the sentence. So, have you ever seen this movie? Okay. إذا كان معنى الجملة أو معنى السؤال بيعطي إنه هل سبق لك ذلك, you have to use ever. Okay, but if it was a symbol or another type of the questions, you don't have to ever use ever. Okay, has the dog gone for a walk? This is just a normal question. Okay, ما بيعطيني معنى إنه هل سبق لك. Okay, إذا عم تسأل شخص إنه هل عمره قام بهذا الشيء في حياته لأول مرة أو لم يسبق لك القيام بذلك بدك تستخدم ever. بس إذا كان السؤال بس بده تعطيني yes أو no, معناها أنا ما بحاجة إني أعطي معنى الإيفر بالجملة أو أستخدم الإيفر. Okay, have they practiced for the match? بقدرش أحكي have they ever practiced. Okay, here I just want the answer yes and no without the meaning of هل سبق لك. Okay. Now let's move to the keywords of the present perfect. Okay. اوكي اخذنا اكثر من مثال، هدول الامثله كانوا فيهم keywords بس هلا بدنا نتطرق للkeywords يعني in details. Here we have already, we have just, so far, yet. We have also since and for with a period of time, not the specific time. Okay. Okay, now let's start with just. I have just cleaned the house. I have just cleaned the house. Okay. هلا حكينا انه just بتعطيني معنى انه الشيء حدث للتو، انه الاكشن happened or completed recently. Okay, so we have to put this keyword between the linking verb, the helping verb have or has, and the main verb. Okay, we have to put here just. Okay, the second one, the second keyword already. He has already been to Mecca. Okay, already also we put it on the same place of just. Put it between the helping verb and been. And yet also we use it at the end of the sentence and at the end of the negative sentence, which give me the negative meaning. بتعطيني حكينا معنى النفي إذا كانت الجملة اللي أنا معي إياها هي تحمل معنى إنه الشيء لم يحدث بعد. Okay. If I want to talk about since and for, okay, إذا بدي أحكي معلومة عن since و for، هلا for حكينا إنه هي بتيجي مع مدة غير محددة، okay، for بتيجي مع مدة غير محددة، يعني بحدد لك مدة، لكن هذه المدة ليست محددة بالضبط، يعني مش مبين إمتى حدث هذا الشيء، لأنه بتكون تعطيك مدة تمام هي for a particular time بس مدتها أكثر من وقت. يعني for example لو حكينا إنه for 5 years أو قلنا ages okay for a long time، فأنا هون الوقت عندي مش محدد بالضبط. and since بقدر أستخدمها مع زمن محدد. okay for example since 2020 since Tuesday since February okay since since last week. okay so الزمن okay احنا عارفين انه في عنا زمن بس هذا الزمن مش محدد بالضبط not يعني specific time. For example Dima has been in Irbid last week for example, and here I want you to choose between for and since. Here we have last week so we have to use since last week. okay and now let's move to the exercises. okay here we have she wrote 5 letters yesterday. okay and here there's a hint use has بحكي لك use has. this is a past simple sentence. هذه جملة في الماضي البسيط. I want to convert it to the present perfect. How we can convert it? Look, here we have she. So she take has and the verb 3 of or the past participle of wrote written. So she has written 5 letters without expressing the time or when she wrote it or wrote these letters. Okay, here we have I be in the party last night. So also this is in the past simple. Okay, if I want to convert it to the present perfect, I have to say I have been in the party. Okay, she be studying for this exam. Also, she has been studied for the exam. Okay. Also here we have she is writing her homework now. Already, you have to use already. Okay, this is a present continuous sentence. You have to convert it to present perfect. So she, it should take has, and writing, it should be converted to written. Her homework. Okay, already, as I told you, you have to put it between the linking verb, helping verb, and the main verb. So she has already written her homework. Okay, now here we have this sentence. You have to convert it to negative sentence. Omar has just written his dinner, eaten his dinner, sorry. So Omar hasn't eaten his dinner. So just here should be converted to yet because hasn't and yet. أنا عم بحكي إنه هو لسه ما أكل أو ما لسه ما تناول عشاءه. So yet. Okay. The last one. No, I haven't called my mother. You have to make a question here. Okay. Have. So we have to ask a question. Here we have the personal pronoun I, and the I converted to you in a question. And you take have. Have you called your mother? Okay. Now, fill in the blanks using one of the keywords. Have you ever been to Aswan? Okay. They haven't seen each other 10 years. Here we have number and years. I told you that when you have number or a particular time, you have to use for. Okay. Marwa has worked here. Work here. So here we have to use keywords. So recently worked here. She has done her homework and she is going home now. She has already done her homework and he hasn't gone out yet. Tamam. Okay. Thank you for watching and see you inshallah on the next lesson. Okay. Have a nice day and goodbye.